All right, this is going to look just a little different than some of my other grammar videos have looked because I am just going to walk you through a PowerPoint rather than draw over the screen and make a mess. So we're going to try this and see if this is a good way to work through this series. And just in case you're wondering, the video point for this one will be going through grammar steps 1 through 4, and I will do a separate video that goes over how to diagram the sentences. All right, so we're going to start the slideshow. It would probably be helpful if you have a piece of paper so that you can write each of these down, or if you think you can write them down on the pink handout, that would be fine, but it'll get a little bit busy and a little bit messy. All right, our first sentence is sentence 15. The frightened cat ran up a tree but was rescued by the firemen. And so this first column just goes over the part of speech, or step 1 for each one. The is an article, frightened is a participle, cat is just a common noun or a little in noun. Ran is a past tense action verb. Up or up a tree is going to be a prepositional phrase, so up's a preposition. A, and the are all articles, so that's an article. Tree is a common noun. But is a coordinating conjunction, it's joining those ideas together. Was is helping rescued, which is a past tense action verb as well. And then we have preposition, article, common noun. Those are all the parts of speech. If that was too quick for you, pause the video so that you can get your sentence all labeled, and you can just write in those little abbreviations for those things. Step 2, our subject is cat, so the frightened cat would be underlined, and then ran up the tree but was rescued by the firemen would be double underlined. That's your predicate. Ran has no direct object, so that's an intransitive verb. Up a tree, giving us a direction, that's a prepositional phrase. It's an adverbial prepositional phrase. Tree is the object of that preposition. Rescued, what? Rescued the cat. So cat's also a direct object, so that's going to be a transitive verb. Normally you see those direct objects following them, but we know we asked what was rescued, the cat was rescued, that's still answered within the sentence, so that's a transitive verb. By a fireman is an adverbial prepositional phrase because it's answered who rescued the cat. So remember, adverbs are going to answer any of those who, what, when, where, why questions. So that's how we know that's adverbial. And then fireman's the object of the preposition. Again, pause if you need to label that. And then for step 3, this is just one single independent clause. There are not two parts, even though there's that but. Cat's still the subject of the whole sentence, so it's just one independent clause. It's a simple sentence because it's one independent clause, and it's just a fact, so it's a declarative sentence. And then again, everything is corrected down below. No real major changes. Added a period, capitalized the first letter of the sentence, so it's a pretty easy correction for this round. Okay, and again, pause if that was too quick. All right, sentence 16. For whom did you write that awful poem? It's a little shorter. For, starting with a prepositional phrase, so that's kind of different. For is a preposition. Whom is an interrogative. It asks a question, interrogative pronoun. Did is a helping verb. You is a second person nominative pronoun. It's naming someone. Write, did write was the whole verb phrase there. It's a past tense action verb. That and awful are both describing poems, so those are both adjectives, and then poem is just a common noun. And again, pause if you need to write any of that down. For the second part, this one, again, questions always look a little bit different when you're labeling them. You is going to be the subject of the sentence, and then for whom did write that awful poem is going to be the predicate of the rest of that sentence. So it gets kind of inverted or funny when it's in a question format. For whom is an adverbial prepositional phrase. Again, it's asking that question, and so that's adverbial. Whom is the object of the prep. Write is a transitive verb. Write what? Write a poem. So that answers that question for us. We have a direct object which equals a transitive verb. Again, pause if you need to get those written down. Step 3, pretty simple for this one. It's just one independent clause. You wouldn't put a comma or anything in there. It's a simple sentence, and it is asking a question, so it's an interrogative sentence. And then you can see down below, step 4, capitalize the F, and then make sure that you end this one with a question mark. And then the last sentence. This one would have gotten really, really lengthy, and so this is going to test some of your listening skills. I did this on purpose. And so just make sure you listen. I'll go over each part, and so you may have to play this one back a couple times. The sentence is, we wanted to play soccer, however, our friends wanted to listen to music. And I do give you the spelled out correct sentence for step 4. All right, on step 1. We is a first person nominative pronoun. It's naming something. And then wanted is an action verb in the past tense. To play is an infinitive phrase. You join that to with play. So you have to play as your infinitive, and to play soccer will be an infinitive phrase, which we'll go over in the next step. And an infinitive will always have to paired with it. Soccer is a noun, however, is a conjunctive adverb. So that's a little bit different. That's joining those two thoughts together, and that's typically going to alert you to a semicolon. And then our is a first person pronoun. It's possessive, so one pos pro, first person possessive pronoun. Our friends, possessing friends, which is a noun. Wanted is a past tense action verb again. And then we have to listen, also an infinitive there. To is a preposition, and music is a noun. Okay, and again, if you need to replay that to get those parts of speech labeled, do that. And if you have questions on that, remember we'll have a review session. For step 2, our subject is we. Wanted to play soccer. So we know that wanted is a transitive verb. And then the infinitive phrase is to play soccer. And it's working as a direct object. So it kind of gets double labeled there. So it gets labeled as an infinitive phrase. Soccer is the object of the infinitive phrase. And then it's working as a direct object. So you have a lot to label at that part. And then friends is the subject. So we wanted to have our friends play soccer. And then you have, however, our friends wanted to listen to music as a second clause. So friends is the subject as well. However, our friends wanted what? Wanted to listen to music. So wanted is a transitive verb again in that second part of the sentence. And then to listen to music gets, again, a little bit tricky. You have a adverbial prepositional phrase inside of an infinitive an infinitive phrase. And so to listen to music, if you were to put that all in parentheses, the to listen is going to be the infinitive, and to listen to music is going to be the to music is the preposition at the end there. And again, that gets a little messy, and you probably need to see that one in person. So make sure that you do come to the study session to see how sentence 17 kind of plays out. And then the object of the preposition is music. And just a reminder that this is another example of the infinitive phrase to listen working as a direct object. Okay, and then we get to the whole mess of step 3. And again, this is going to break into 2 parts. So we have we wanted to play soccer is bracketed, and then however our friends wanted to listen to music is bracketed. So we have 2 independent clauses, which means we have a compound sentence. It's just a statement of fact, so it is a declarative sentence. And then you can see that the sentence has been corrected. We wanted to play soccer, capitalizing the top part of the sentence, and then a semicolon before that conjunctive adverb, joining those 2 complete thoughts together. However, comma, we always follow that up with a comma. Our friends wanted to listen to music, period. And again, that is everything for sentence 15, 16, and 17 for video number 1.